Street Fighter 6 simple controls are pointless. They will not retain the player base. I hate this concept that motion inputs are too hard to do. Fighting games are not niche because you have to do quarter circle forward. Aiming in an FPS game is way harder to do consistently than any motion input. They are simply niche because most people do not find them enjoyable to play. That raises the question, why? The biggest reason in my eyes is there's no social aspect to fighting games. Most fighting games don't even have voice chat anymore. The lobbies in Street Fighter 5 don't even let you type to the other person. You have to use pre-made quotes. And I know people will try to talk about how playing the game is a conversation. Footsies is a conversation. Yeah, that's cool and all, but that implies both players know what's being said, which isn't the case. The average fighting game match is one guy beating the other guy with a gimmick he doesn't know, and the other guy probably won't even lab it. I would hardly call that a conversation. I have played hundreds of thousands of matches of fighting games. I have more memories of Overwatch matches than every single fighting game I have played combined. There's a common theme between all the memories too. Vast majority of my memories, no matter the game, are not something cool I did or something cool that happened. They are almost all social interactions with people, good and bad. Want to know why the FGC loves offline tournaments so much? Social interaction. Most of the memories have little to do with the game and have to do with the people themselves. Why do people glorify the arcade days? Social interaction. Didn't matter how good or bad the games were, they just loved hanging out and interacting with people. If any fighting game developer sees this video, if you want the most successful fighting game, find a way to make it social. If you don't believe me, look at the most popular fighting game right now, Brawlhalla. 20k people playing. Why do they play this Smash clone? Well, free to play definitely makes more players try it, but that doesn't mean they'll stick around. Look at Killer Instinct. Although I will admit, bit unfair comparison since it was Xbox only for a while. Brawlhalla has a clan feature. It has in-game chat. You can also play ranked with your friends. The recognizable characters, of course, help too. I won't pretend like there isn't other factors at play. However, please don't mention the $2 million prize pool. Fighting game players seem to think no one plays their game because there's no money in it. That's backwards. There's no money in it because no one plays your game. Fortnite released in 2017 and had no real competitive scene or money. In 2019, after Fortnite blew up, is when they did the World Cup with the $1 million winner. So please stop blaming developers, publishers, and TOs because the root of the problem is not everyone cares about competitive fighting games. There's been countless companies who toss bigger prize pools at fighting games, and we're in the same place, folks. ESL put $500,000 into MKX. Guess what? Wasn't the most entered game at any tournament. MKX also released a skin where if you bought it, the money went to prize pools, and it was a huge success. Yet again, did not make MKX the biggest game. E-League put $250,000 into Street Fighter 5, viewership stayed the same. The players that were entering tournaments stayed the same. I know a lot of people weren't around for the MLG days, but they put a lot of money into MK9. MK9 was never the biggest game at tournaments. Prize pools are reflective of the interest in your game. Mass majority do not care about your favorite fighting game. At the time that I'm recording this, League of Legends has 2.2 million people playing. Monthly, they have around 180 million players. It's free to play, but yet they make more money than every fighting game combined still. Guilty Gear Strive had the most entrants at Combo Breaker, and it is currently at 1,500 people playing on Steam. Obviously, people are playing on PS4 and other platforms too, but still. Riot Games made $1.5 billion in 2019. I'm using that year specifically because it was before Valorant came out. League was almost 10 years old, and Riot was still making $1.5 billion off of their game. Tekken 7 recently passed 9 million copies sold, and if all of them sold at $60, which we all know they didn't, they would have made $540 million. That's not even half of what Riot made in 1 year. Everything I said isn't limited to games either. A lot of Olympic athletes work real jobs because they can't afford to live off their sport. This is especially true for singles competition. Let's bring some social interaction to fighting games and tell me in the comments what you think. I will see you guys next time.